kids, it is another wonderful Wednesday here in Seattle. It's freaking cold, but that is okay because it's better weather to stay at home and read the comic books.
Man, I honestly didn't notice. I'm fine over here.
Yeah, well, you're weird. I don't know. I don't have any body fat.
He's really
so I'm
cold.
really cold. You
do.
might have heard that we started a GoFundMe campaign this past week. There are details and stuff on our Facebook and website and stuff. But the main thing to remember is don't be discouraged. We will be here for the foreseeable future for as many Wednesdays as absolutely possible. Hopefully for another 40 years. But we will be bringing you new comics every week with the same excitement and intensity that you are used to.
Intense!
That's right. Yes.
Is that your intense face?
Well, we can work on it again. Ready, Will? Let's build it. Ready? Go! That's pretty good, Will. That's pretty dramatic.
Thank you.
I'm digging it.
So
Alright, well, you know what?
I don't need to make a face. I just radiate it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. No, you just have the, completely disinterested face that you work really well. I mean,
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah.
It's natural.
I can't help it.
No. Alright. But without further ado, there are a bunch of really good books. And I think we're gonna let Mr. Dramatic go first. Those eyes were kind of piercing.
Dr. Aphra, we'll see you now.
Dun.
Imagine Star Wars without all the good guys. Imagine it being all kind of Mos Eisley, like bounty hunter-esque and all that kind of cool stuff. And this is what you get. This is a spin-off of Kieran Gillen's Darth Vader. Pretty much all these really cool characters he created in the Darth Vader series. Dr. Aphra, she's kind of like an evil... Not evil, but just kind of like a completely unscrupulous Indiana Jones. And she's a lot of fun. She's got her murder droids.
Ooh, what?
I want one.
I want a book about murder droids.
Exactly. And there's this really evil, he's kind of like the evil, you remember when there was the Mirror Star Trek universe with the Spock with the stash and he was evil? Well, that's kind of like what Black Kristan is. He's this
Why's it gotta be Black Kristan?
I didn't make it. I didn't
hell?
make it. And it wasn't going to be like that.
Just
but
put that in
anyway.
the name? What is it, 1975?
Well, he's got really dark, his hair is dark, whereas brown, I guess, means
He
a good
can't be
Wookiee.
dark, whatever, instead of
Anyway,
black.
he's got really dark hair. Anyway, he's an evil Wookiee, and he will rip your limbs off, and not just because he lost that little crazy chess game. Anyway, so it's a lot of fun. Kieran Gillen, Kevin Walker, and there's a backup story with Salvador La Roca, but she's a really fun character. Obviously, if you can steal the spotlight from Darth Vader, you get your own series. And she's kind of the first original character to get her own series of the new Marvel Star Wars series. So anyway, may the Force be with us as we deal with all these cool bad guys getting their own book. Next.
Speaking of cool bad guys, one of my favorite Avengers baddies is Kang. And not just Kang, but also Immortus, who is also Kang.
Yeah.
And the Scarlet Centurion, who was at one point Kang, but then his son, and Iron Lad, who's going to be Kang, and then Rama-Tut, who is also Kang.
A possible ancestor of Kang. Or of Doctor Doom, I'm sorry.
And then there was that time where Kang and Doctor Doom thought they were the same guy, so they were like, we should just team up. It was great. Old Fantastic Four is amazing.
They still didn't beat the Fantastic Four, though, I gotta say.
No, never.
That was kind of rough.
But we have a whole bunch of Kang here, including Baby Kang, actually. And weird future Kang, like even more future Kang. And they're all duking it out with the Avengers. They're all having this war over the Baby Kang, who Vision kind of just kidnapped and then threw into the time stream and then erased his memory of where he threw him.
That's a vicious android.
Vision's kind of messed up
bad.
lately. He's been going through some stuff. We have talked about this.
Yeah?
But this is all written by Mark Waid and drawn in such amazing style by Mike Del Mundo. He's an artist who I never thought would be on a main Avengers title. I was like, Weird World is probably the closest he's going to get to a big push. And yet, here he is, drawing possibly the coolest looking Avengers book in years.
It's true. And running a deep cut from Mr. Mark Waid. The Flash, Volume 1. This is, if you want to trace it back far enough, this is really the kind of next evolution of the Flash after Crisis on Infinite Earths, where longtime Flash Barry Allen had died, and Wally had become the main Flash. And at the time, Wally was kind of an ass, nobody really liked him, and if it wasn't for Mark Waid, we wouldn't have the Wally West that you know now. There'd be nothing for the Jeff Johns run to stand on at all. That wouldn't even have been possible without this. And this is truly a testament to Mark Waid's ability to single-handedly build a foundation and legacy, or maybe not even build, but just bolster for future generations, which is really, really great, and one of the best things about DC Comics that they used to do, which was really build new characters, which was very cool. So you got some art by Greg LaRocque, inking by Hosan Marzan Jr., bunch of issues, about 15, or about 10 in here, $25, definitely awesome.
I'm going to really show my age here, but I remember both these series, and they are together in an awesome new comic book. Wonder Woman 77, Diana Prince as played by Linda Carter, and the Bionic Woman as played by Lindsay Wagner as Jamie Summers. Literally, if it was socially acceptable, I would jump up and do my Wonder Woman, turn around and spin, and I do my slow motion jump like a Bionic Woman, and I can do my Bionic hearing.
Anyway, we're on the internet. You can do whatever you
want. I know.
You put it out there. I'm kind of disappointed if you don't.
Andy Mangles, I'm going to do this.
Oh my God!
All right,
there we go.
I'm still in my costume. Thank God.
Absolute Batman.
Andy Mangles, you have you have a dream assignment, and you're making a dream come true with DC and Dynamite as these two, and they're they're spies, and so they're going this evil organization who's doing these super weapons. But anyway, Wonder Woman 77, Bionic Woman, just come in and get your flashback forward.
Action.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
My next book here is from DC. This is the 12th issue of Superman in about half a year? Normally you'd have to wait a whole year for 12 issues of a comic this awesome. But you're getting it twice a month. Twice. From Pete Tomasi, Pat Gleason, and in this issue, Doug Mahnke. This is the first part of Super Monster. Yes. Featuring, of course, possibly Doug Mahnke's greatest contribution to the DC universe, Frankenstein. Not, your normal Frankenstein. I mean, technically, continuity-wise, he is, yes, the monster of Frankenstein. But this is the Frankenstein that debuted in Doug Mahnke and Grant Morrison's Seven Soldiers Frankenstein miniseries, and went on to star in all sorts of series since then. He's actually one of the characters from that series that stuck more than anyone else. Yeah. I think maybe Shining Knight, showed up in Demon Knights for a while, but you haven't seen Bulleteer anywhere, have you? But you can find Frankenstein right here in
Agent of Shade?
Yeah, he had his own series even.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he's working for Shade still, hunting down a monster, and Lois actually comes into conflict with him before Superman does, in a fun little thing.
Ooh.
My next book, huge release from Image this week, Motorcrush #1, Babstar, Brendan Fletcher, Cameron Stewart, the all-star team that brought you Batgirl, the new revitalized, all cool and hip young Batgirl, turns her attention to the world of racing and illegal drug trafficking. That's right. Domino Swift, who is a young racer, who, may or may not be kind of addicted to this drug crush, spends her days, or rather her nights, racing around against other vicious-looking degenerates, some who wear Sesame Street heads, which is kind of cool.
Awesome.
But this is a really kind of, new millennial book or whatever, where a lot of it is done in a way that it would be almost like on an iPad or something, where you can touch here for updates. They've got all these cool infographics in here. Carl Kerschel even does a couple of backup pages. But yeah, definitely if you're looking for that fluorescent kind of in-your-face, bad girl on a motorcycle with a badass frickin', bat with nails in it, yeah, this is what's up. Issue 1 from the Batgirl team.
Green Arrow, speaking of DC coming up with 12 issues, they're on issue 12. This is Emerald Outlaw Part 1. I love this series. I was kind of inconsistent, but I am completely hooked on this Green Arrow. I love it. It's set not in Star City. It's set here in Seattle. And this kind of picks up Benjamin Percy. He's reunited with the guy who kicked it off, Otto Schmidt. These two guys are amazing together, although I did love Stephen Burns' run when he did his run as well.
This is really good.
But these guys are back together. They're the ones who kicked it off. And this kind of picks up with their arc. Oliver Queen is dead. Queen Industries. He's lost Queen Industries. The police are all against Green Arrow. He's got nobody, but he's got Black Canary with him as backup. And so he's lost his sister, and so he's kind of picking up, fighting the big conspiracy, trying to get back in order, and why are the cops after him. It's just awesome, and it's kind of cool when you're reading a comic book and you see, oh, this is this thing in Seattle, that thing in Seattle. So I think the guy's actually been to Seattle.
It's much more close than at least the Mike Grell stuff, where he just kind of had the Space Needle up.
Yeah.
Even though Mike Grell lived here.
So it's really cool. So whether you're a fan of Arrow, whether you're a fan of Seattle, just come on in and check this out, Green Arrow. See our beautiful, lovely, rainy, cold city in comic book form.
Yeah, now that you mention I am sort of feel cold here, perking up a bit. Anyways, I got something here for you that it looks like it's for kids, but it's really, 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 really not. Unless your kids are, you know, like me or Casey were when we were kids.
What
this
are you
is
gonna do?
I Hate Fairyland, formerly known as if I can. Yeah, let's just say Fluff Fairyland, as they would say within the comic. This tells the story of Gertrude, who was sent to the magical world of Fairyland as a child, and, you know, sent on a quest to go discover something about herself, which she never quite discovered. She kind of just ended up kicking around there for like 35 years, getting really angry, and never aging, strangely enough.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing.
That does things to your mind.
It does.
That does truly terrible things to your mind. In the last volume, she basically murdered the Queen of Fairyland, and this sees what happens when an angry 35-year-old woman in the body of a toddler becomes queen of a magical realm.
And a giant axe and
It's not
mallet.
pretty.
No.
It's not pretty at all.
Well,
Except for Scotty Young's art, of course. Did I mention it's all Scotty Young? By the way, that's very important.
yeah. And it's not Marvel babies. That's amazing. I'm so thankful for that. But speaking of Marvel books that I am very happy for, Oliver Coipel is doing his 5 comics a year. Finally, with The Unworthy Thor issue 2, Jason Aaron continues his, it's been like 5 years now at this point or so, run on the Odinson. Thor has been deemed unworthy and has basically taken to drinking and beating up frost giants, not wearing a shirt, and
Riding on his goat.
and is riding on his goat, Tooth Gnasher, who is just probably the coolest goat ever.
That's a badass guy.
What
It
about
really
Tooth
is.
Grinder? Come on.
Well, I like Tooth Gnasher a little better. He,
Okay.
you know, I mean, come on.
I see how it is. You're one of those.
Anyway, in this issue, he is joined by his brother in arms, Beta Ray Bill, one of the greatest Thor kind of knockoff copy dudes ever. But yes, and this is just really a lot of fun. It's just, the art is purely just, it is gorgeous. And Jason Aaron really knows how to write a badass, grizzled, freaking pissed off Thor. So I'm all about it.
My final pick is Nova #1 in the Marvel Now, the second Marvel
Yeah, we
Now.
can't even, I don't even know where we are.
Yeah,
with that.
anyway. So if you're a Nova fan, you know that Sam Alexander, he's been Nova for a while. He's the teenage Nova, and he inherited it from his father, was a member of the Nova Corps, as seen in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which new trailer's on. But Richard Rider, years ago there was Richard Rider, and he was the original Nova, and he was kind of the last of the Novas, and he had a big throwdown during Annihilation, one of the big sci-fi epics years ago, against Thanos. He died in this weird universe, but somehow he's back. How did Richard Rider back? And so it's a tale of 2 Novas. How do they work together? How it's Jeff Loveness and Ramon Perez are co-writing, and Ramon Perez is doing the art. So if you want
Gorgeous.
some great cosmic fun with 2 generations of Nova Corps dudes, this is it. Bye.
That was really good, Will. That was highly succinct.
And it's the
right.
same.
I've got something else for you here that is highly cosmic, and also not for your kids, even though it looks like it should be. I mean, you could give it to your kids, but these are strictly adult coloring books. At least that's what the cover says.
Yeah, right?
Star Trek, the original series, and Star Trek, the Next Generation. Do you like Kirk? Do you like Picard? Do you like both of them? You like both of them. Buy both
do.
of them, please. Please buy them.
Where's Cisco?
They make
Just
great. They make
Yeah,
great.
no love for DS9.
I
Sorry.
love
Sorry.
DS9.
And don't even think about getting Voyager or Enterprise in here.
I just want to go with, I want my DS9.
All right. Anyway, I don't even like Star Trek. Anyway,
It's because you're a fucking nerd.
shut up. We're gonna end it with the king, Jack Kirby, the greatest comic artist ever. Whatever. I don't care. I'll fight you. Straight
You
up, I
will.
will.
You will.
It doesn't get better than Kirby. IDW is producing this affordable artists edition called an Artisan edition that features the first issues of Kirby's 70s books that weren't the Fourth World, OMAC, Demon, and Commandy. 3 issues that are truly just the influence on the DC Universe to this day is staggering.
Yeah.
It is insane. And this is a really cool thing where they show pencils and then inks by Mike Royer, who was Kirby's inker for most of the end of his life and who was the closest transition from pencils to inks. And it's a big thing as to, who inked Kirby and how much it changed, because for Kirby, once he penciled the issue or the page, that was it. He was done. And so this is a really just amazing treat to see the two side by side. And the pages that they found in this, I can't believe that these things still exist. Like, holy crap. So $50, get your learn on with the Kirby, with the King. Yeah, this is just amazing. And that's going to be about it. Thank you again all so much for watching. Again, check out the social media stuff for the GoFundMe, whatnots. And for those who already have donated, thank you so much. And for those of you that don't and haven't, if you could spread the word or, any little bit helps. So thank you all for watching.